Pardon the interruption, but I'm Frank Isola. You know, yesterday Mina claimed we're not close friends. Tell them the truth, Mina.
I'm Mina Kimes, and I was kidding. You are my bestie, Fred.
Did you say Fred?
It's Fred, right? It's Fred.
You have called me Tony
Fred?
in the past.
Fredo?
You just would throw out an
Tony.
Italian name. Leonardo, something like that. You always would go with Tony. Kind of close friends. Welcome to PTI, everyone. Mike and Tony are still at Greco-Roman Wrestling Camp, so I'm joined by my great friend from NFL Live and the Mina Kimes Show, featuring Lenny, Mina Kimes.
Listen.
Wow, you must be paying them. All right, let's start with Sunday's World Cup final between Spain and Argentina. Spain has allowed just one goal in the entire tournament, while the defending champs score often and late. Mina, who should win on Sunday, Spain or Argentina?
It's pretty clearly Spain, right? I mean, they're the better team, they're the more complete team, they're the more tested team in the tournament, and for all the attention we give to the scoring and Yamal and the passing, which is incredible, best in class, they have the potential, Frank, to go down as one of, if not the best defending teams in the history of the World Cup. You mentioned it. They've only given up a single goal all tournament long. And according to The Athletic, they have given up fewer expected goals, which accounts for shot quality, than any finalist ever.
Yeah.
And they're doing it while maintaining their aggression, unlike some of Argentina's other opponents who will remain unnamed, but you know who you are, England. While Messi is the best player in the tournament, I think he will be recognized as such. Spain is a better team, and it's a team sport.
Yeah, I think you're right. And if you look over the last 4 years, these are the two best teams. Argentina is the defending World Cup champs. They've also won Copa America. And then Spain are the reigning Euro champs. So we're getting the two best teams. But to your point, you know, Argentina, which has done a great job, you know, they in all their knockout games, they never had a lead at 90 minutes. It was either the equalizer or the game-winning goal afterward. It's amazing what they've been able to do. But they have conceded 6 goals in the knockout round, and Spain has only given up 1, and you're 100% right as well. Because when Spain took a lead against France, they didn't sit back.
Yeah.
In fact, their second goal came from Pedro Porro, who's their right back. So their ability to possess the ball, keep possession, it frustrates opponents. So, Mina, that's why even if they do take a lead, they're not going to do what England did. They're just not going to defend. They're going to be aggressive and keep the ball.
Yeah, more of their possessions start in the attacking third than any team in the tournament, which is, again, all the more incredible when you consider the fact that they've had these leads. I also think just the way they're built presents unique problems for Argentina. They love to run their offense through the middle, through Messi. The middle has been a no-fly zone in Spain with the Spanish team because of Rodri. I do wonder if Argentina might change up some of their tactics, maybe have Messi attack from the wing the way we saw against England. And I'll say this about Messi. I don't want to count him out, but I do want to make a point. Even if they don't win this, he's still the GOAT, right? He doesn't need this consecutive World Cup win to have the title. Yeah,
all right. So, you know, he spent 17 years in Barcelona, so he knows a lot of those players. There's a lot of Barcelona players on Spain. A couple of things to keep in mind, and you mentioned Messi. If you go back to 2016 at MetLife Stadium, where the game will be on Sunday, I know for the tournament they're calling it New York, New Jersey Stadium, he missed a big penalty in the Copa America final against Chile. He decided after that game, he was so frustrated, he said, I'm retiring. They convinced him to come back. I mean, every call has kind of gone his way since he's come back. But he has won 2 Copa Americas, and he's won a World Cup final, and he's going up against Lamine Yamal. We've talked about it before. Now, Lamine Yamal did not practice yesterday with Spain, which I'm a little concerned. And I'm telling you, Mina, Argentina are tough. They went after Jude Bellingham. They're going to go after Lamine Yamal early in this game. That cute little picture of Messi and Lamine Yamal isn't going to mean much. They're going to try to throw him off his game by being physical and running their mouths, which is what Argentina does.
I agree. And it still might not matter because they have so many other talented players on Spain. All right, before we get to Sunday's final, we have Saturday's thrilling third-place game. France and England will face each other in the consolation affair, with the winning side taking home an additional $2 million. Frank, should FIFA's bronze medal game still exist?
Yes, it should exist because it's for the fans. And I understand the managers don't like it. The club teams that these guys play for don't like it. The players don't seem to like it. Alan Shearer, the famous striker from England many moons ago, he's now a pundit. He said it's utterly ridiculous that they play this game. There is prize money at stake, and it is France against England. It's the first time we've ever had two teams in the top 5 playing in third place. But more importantly, I'm already suffering withdrawal from the World Cup. It's going to be gone by Sunday. I want to watch one more game. And guess what? Usually the big star players play. Once they take the pitch, then the competitive juices start flowing. And here's my fantasy. I want England to take a 1-0 lead at the 70th minute, and I want to see how they play with a 1-0 lead. How about that?
That might be the only scenario in which the English players play hard at the end of this game. There's another thing at stake, individual accolades, right? The Golden Boot Award, which has been secured in the past in the third place game. Think about Thomas Muller in Germany. And in this case, it would be Mbappe, who's currently tied with Messi, 8 goals. Kane as well could get it. But that's about it. It's for the fans. It's for FIFA's bottom line to make more money and get more eyeballs, obviously. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it kind of feels like the Pro Bowl to me. Nobody really cares or remembers who won, and all the players just want to go to the beach. That, by the way, is the one incentive they have in addition to all of that. At least this one's in Miami and not in smoky New York / New Jersey.
You bring up a great point about the Golden Boot. People might not know this, but those goals will count. So Mbappe or Harry Kane can win it. And you mentioned a couple of guys. Well, how about Eusebio, the famous Portuguese player, won it because goals that he scored in the third place game. One of my guys, Salvatore Toto Scalacci, the Italian in 1990, when Italy lost at home in the semifinals to Argentina on penalty kicks. So it does happen where, the Golden Boot can be decided. But I get it. These club teams, now the news came out today that William Saliba, the center back for France, who plays for Arsenal, suffered a back injury. He might be out for a few months. So these club teams are watching star players on both England and on France, and they're thinking, oh, man, nobody get hurt in this game. But the players don't like it, but it's FIFA. There's always money involved with FIFA. Speaking of money, let's go to LeBron, who's still receiving overtures from NBA teams. Pat Riley won LeBron over once before and is trying again, saying yesterday, quote, "We got a golf course, the weather is nice, and there's no state tax, so that's a little better than California." Of course, Mina's not in Miami. She is in California. Pat Riley should remember that. Added the newly acquired Giannis Antetokounmpo. I would love for him to be here. Mina, do you like Pat Riley's chances of luring LeBron back to Miami?
I don't think they're very high.
Really?
I do think it's a really intriguing. Yeah. Well, first of all, it's an interesting basketball fit, right?
Yep.
If that was something that LeBron had as a priority, because at this point in his career, deficiency is probably defense first and foremost. Playing with Giannis and Bam, well, problem solved. You don't have to worry about playing defense there. And he gives the Heat what they desperately need, which is playmaking. He doesn't give them what they also need, which is outside shooting. He shot 32% from 3 last year, so that would have to figure that out. But I do think it would be interesting to see those 3 players together. Obviously, familiarity for LeBron is also there. I just don't think this is a basketball decision, primarily, frankly. Obviously, he wants to play for a contender to some degree, but it seems likely to me, based on reading the tea leaves and everything I've heard, he wants to play with his friends. He wants to play with Steph. He wants to play with Draymond. I would be shocked at this point if it's anywhere but Golden State. You
know what? You just aced your audition for NBA Today, because everything that you said is 100% right. And you and I are on the same wavelength. I still think, maybe I'll be wrong, I still think he's going to Golden State, close to L.A., Steph Curry, Draymond Green, the whole golf thing, I get it. Now, as for Miami, that is the best basketball fit. Because you go to Cleveland, James Harden needs the ball, Donovan Mitchell needs the ball. You go to Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown. You go to Miami, he could initiate everything. And I'll tell you who it'll be great for. It'll be great for Giannis. Because when Giannis had Drew Holiday in Milwaukee, kind of the adult in the room, the leader, look what that did for Giannis. That's when he won his championship. When they let Giannis run everything, he ran it right into the ground, trying to decide which coach, roster moves, things of that nature. So I think you're right. That's why Pat Riley has a chance. If it is a basketball decision by LeBron, Miami makes the most sense. But, Mina, I think what's happening with him is I think he's thinking about ownership. And I think he has a better chance of getting that in Cleveland if he were to go back there. How about that?
In Cleveland, I guess. All right, let me ask you, put you on the spot. Golden State with LeBron or Miami with LeBron? Which is the better team?
Oh, I definitely think it's Miami. I definitely think they have a great chance.
Okay.
I mean, think about the two terrific defensive players that you're going to have. And if you go back, Giannis going to Miami, a little similar to Kevin Garnett when he left Minnesota, went to Boston. He was rejuvenated. I think that Giannis will be rejuvenated in Miami. He's had a couple of down years. How about the fact the last 10 playoff games that he's played in, now this stat matters, his team was 1-9. So Giannis really hasn't done much. He needs LeBron initiating the offense, using his head. It'll be great for him. And Pat Riley always goes big game hunting. We'll see if he can get one more whale. All right. Good job, by the way, in the NBA. Let's take a break. But coming up, a big moment at the British Open.
And should the Rams be okay with Aaron Donald returning but skipping training camp? I think we'll be okay.
That's a good move. Right up your alley.
Had to hit an Italian pronunciation, by the way. Didn't think he'd get to do it with Italy missing the cut.
He was Sicilian. They weren't crazy about him on the team until he started school. Time for Mina and I to choose our words wisely. What's first?
The British Open's decision to penalize Bryson DeChambeau 2 strokes after he finished today's second round was blank.
All right, so today at the British Open, Bryson DeChambeau finished his round. He was in second place, 1 shot back, and then officials took him back to the 5th hole to review whether he might have improved his lie. They determined he did. Then they penalized him 2 shots, dropping him into a tie for 6th. His agent then confirmed that DeChambeau could possibly not show up tomorrow, and Bryson will think about it overnight. All right, my word is going to be harsh, and you see the officials there with Bryson DeChambeau. Pretty interesting video. It's pretty emphatic the way that he's trying to plead his case. And remember, this happens after the round is over. They went all the way back to the 5th hole. Now, DeChambeau had said it didn't do anything to improve my stroke. I was not that close to the ball. Clearly, he's upset. It's amazing how he kind of is the name right now at the British Open after what happened a couple of days ago with Nick Faldo saying, he's got no clue when it comes to strategy. Well, apparently he does. He was trying to improve his lie around his second shot on the 5th hole. I'm going to go with the word harsh. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a harsh penalty.
Yeah, my word is provocative. It is really fascinating how DeChambeau just continues to be the main character. Yeah. And I guess not that surprising given some of the decisions he made, but he was playing so well and it felt like he would finally be able to, hold it over everybody after all of the criticism, certainly over Nick Faldo. And then this happens. And it sounds like it was quite a scene at the tournament. Yeah. He's walking around, according to my friend Kevin Van Valkenburg, who's covering it, he's walking around singing, taking practice shots. His agent is showing people videos of Wyndham Clark at the Open, maybe doing the same thing. I went back and looked, and he did kind of do similar motion to potentially improve his lie. As far as whether Bryson actually quits, and this might just be me speaking as the mother of 2-year-old, but when I hear someone say, I'm not going to play anymore, I am not inclined to believe them, especially when he is still in position to win it. I
know. He's like the biggest dude out there. He's really just going to walk away. And guess what? He has 2 days. He's played 36 holes. Yeah. He's 3 shots back. He has enough time to make that up. Unfortunately, what happened toward the end today of the British Open overshadowed what Lucas Herbert did. How about this? 97th ranked player in the world, has never finished in the top 10 of a major. He's putting on the 18th hole, a 5-foot putt, which would have given him the lowest round score in major championship history. And he missed basically a little bunny. He still has the lead, though. Good job by him. All right. What's next?
Aaron Donald returning to the Rams, but skipping training camp would be blank.
All right, so Ian Rappaport is reporting that Donald's comeback is, quote, a real possibility, but then he did say maybe he won't show up until the end of training camp or maybe during the season. Come on, folks. This is so L.A. You think Tom Cruise is sitting around 8 hours on a movie set? They're bringing him in for his lines, and he goes home. You think Mina Kimes is doing the heavy lifting on this show or NFL Today? The producers here call me up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go over the show while you're at a spa. So I have no problem with Aaron Donald if he decides not to show up at the start of training camp, a week into the season. It's happened before. It's 17 games, and that dude, I don't care that he's missed a couple of years. He's probably maybe lost a bit of a step. He'll still be a dominant player. The Rams are going for it this year, and he can help them get there. I'm okay with it. So L.A.
Yeah, it's not just L.A. This is something that happens all the time in the NFL with veterans, especially if they're free agents waiting to sign. They really don't see any reason to go to camp. As far as Aaron Donald goes, it's been a few years since we've seen him play. Yep. But the last time he did play, it wasn't that long ago, 2023. He was second league-wide in pressures to only Chris Jones amongst defensive tackles, first in pass rush win rate, first in quarterback hurries. I am not worried about his ability to terrorize teams, especially when you consider who he's playing with. The best defensive player, maybe the best player in the entire NFL in Myles Garrett. Kobe Turner, who's one of the Rams' defensive tackle, is no slouch either. Byron Young. If I was an offensive lineman in the league right now, I would rather eat a bag of iceberg lettuce than face that defensive line with Aaron Donald.
Okay, well, the name of the game is what's the word. You haven't given your word. You made your argument. What's the word?
Understandable
All right,
for him to miss
all right.
camp.
Well, let me ask you this. Understand this. So if you combine Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald, that's 236 and a half career sacks, 5 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 17 Pro Bowls. How dynamic can the two of those guys be together?
Super Bowl or bust. And if I'm Aaron Donald in this analogy, what does that make you? Like a journeyman who
yesterday,
maybe gets a few reps, comes
you
off
said
the bench?
you were Lamine Yamal to my Messi, and then today you said Messi's the GOAT. So you play that game, but you caught yourself. All right, that's the final word. I win again. Let's take one last break, but still to come, are fans to blame for Kyle Schwarber losing a home run last night?
And Bill Belichick seems awfully pleased with this year's Carolina team.
The name of the game is what's the word, and we waited and we waited. We thought like a $3 word was going to come out.
You go for so long that by the time I finally get a chance to speak, I've forgotten what my word was. How can I complain?
It's understandable that you would.